Welcome back to Newsbreak. For an average student here at the University of Utah, fall break is a time for them to get away on vacation, take a break from studies, and relax. But right here on our very own campus, the Utah Swim and Dive team had a different plan in mind. Senior swimmer Austin Fiascone joins us here in the studio to tell us all about what they call Peak Week and their season ahead. First off, Austin, thank you so much for coming in.
No problem.
Tell us exactly what Peak Week is.
Peak week is the time that the swim team spends training over fall break when there's no classes, and while everyone leaves, we have to stay here and train. And in most years, we break up into teams, and it's like kind of a team-based challenge, you know, within our team. And it's scored, and we do things outside of the pool that are, you know, a little bit different to break the mundane cycle of swimming.
Talk a little bit about that activities, those things that you do outside of the pool.
Sure, we've done scavenger hunts in years past, like an obstacle course. We've done a high ropes course. We do videos every year, like between the teams. We did a cooking challenge last year. So just some fun things like that where, you know, instead of training every day and banging our heads in the pool, we're, you know, kind of getting up and getting closer as a team.
Out of all those activities that you've done, talk about your favorite memory out of all the 4 years that you've been throughout Peak Week.
Sure. Last year we carried rocks around with us for the entirety of the week, and at the end of the week we all climbed up the mountains right behind the hospital and dropped the rocks, and, you know, kind of talked about coming together as a team and building a chemistry and leaving our burdens up there. And it was a really cool experience, and definitely going forward that year we definitely grew from that.
We talked before. We talked about a little bit about how last year and years in past, that Peak Week has been more of a fun, exciting time for your program to now being a lot more about preparation time and an advantage for your program since making the move to the Pac-12. Talk a little bit about that transition and what we should expect from your team this season.
Sure. The first 2 years I was here, we were in the Mountain West, and we certainly weren't as focused during the week on training. It was more about the things like the other fun activities we were doing. And now, in my time here, I've seen a transition to where we're focused really heavily on training and detail-oriented stuff. And, you know, the season's a really long grind, and for us to lose out on a week doing fun activities isn't really worth it anymore. So we definitely work a lot harder on, you know, swimming and technique stuff and really hit the weight room hard. And we still do fun activities, but it's certainly more about getting ready for NCAAs and getting ready for conference and trying to put ourselves in the best position we can to perform.
You've had some meets so far. Talk a little bit about those and the results from it.
Sure. We just wrapped up a trip to California where both teams found a lot of success. The men's team beat UCSB and the women's team defeated Oregon State, and that sets us up very well for going forward in the year. The women face off against Cal this Friday at the Ute Natatorium.
Cool. Perfect. Well, thank you. We wish you and the rest of the swim team good luck this season. In other Utah sporting news, the football program is more desperate than a gambler down to their last chip after dropping 4 consecutive games. The Utes return to Rice Eccles against California for the annual blackout game. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:45 p.m. In reality, postseason play hinges a win against the Bears. In order for the Utes to become bowl eligible for the 10th consecutive year, it must win 4 out of its last 5 games. Basketball season is around the corner as the Utes prepare to take the hardwood November 2nd against Simon Fraser. Yes, we had to Google the school too. The Simon Fraser clan is located in Burnaby, British Columbia, and ironically has a larger enrollment than the U. Utah still should be favored to win handedly. Tip-off will fly at 7 p.m. at the Huntsman Center.